Okay, now here we are.
Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to our next meeting online for different kind of talks on Native American perspectives on community building. And now we have also a little series about the wisdom keepers, right? We have a couple of different topics talking about the calendars, talking about the education. And today's theme is talking about elders who are healers, mediators in conflicts, guides, and teachers for the community. So my name is Aga Malinali, and this is also
Tepate Hutse. I am a doctor in holistic medicine, also medicine men in the tribes in the north.
Yeah. And I'm working with many people in our community as a therapist. I'm doing art therapy, but also practicing different like alternative healing arts, you can say. And we have Jessie with us, and together
she's from also chill as well. And yeah, I'm just a mentor of lucid dreaming, astral travels, and yeah, short introduction.
Yeah, so together with Jessie from Shamu Andina, she's helping us with the project Arrow's Tribe. And so we're gonna have soon more info, but today we would like to talk about our next topic. And maybe I don't know, we have a couple of different points that we want to discuss. And the first one is how always the importance of being connected to the nature, to the natural world. And the next one would be responsibility. The third one would be community focus, and then storytelling, oral tradition, and of course, spiritual connection, and later respect for elders. So there are certain elements, as you can see, that we maybe repeat in different talks. Like, for example, we always talk about connection to nature, and we always talk about spiritual connection, because this is the base for Native American beliefs, and it's in all different aspects of life. This is the base for philosophy, right? So and as today we're talking about the elders, meaning the spiritual leaders, medicine men, right, healers or curanderos, like in Spanish-speaking communities they're called. But they also do the job of being mediators because of their knowledge and experience and wisdom, as they are wisdom keepers from generation to generation. They often serve like on a council in solving different conflicts, as again one of the main domains of indigenous people is always trying to solve all conflict in peace. So that's why they always have councils, they always have discussions, they always let other people to be heard, right? So let's start maybe with the introduction. What would you like to talk about
Yes,
in this topic?
Shamu, let's have to talk. Yeah.
Well, that was the introduction, the one that Aga said. So basically, yeah, we can start with the first bullet point.
Okay. Aho. Okay. Wishoni washte, Piyuta Hokshila. I want to talk about the elders, healers, mediators, and guides, guiding people. But I want to put everything in context to understand, because really every continent, every group of people have their own protocols and growing for their own experiences, the necessity to talk, communicate it, and also to grow. So America was the continent of America, who is now for the somebody for the name was Amerigi Vespucci. See, thanks God. Then choose to put Americi. For Amerigi. I don't like to get Vespucci. Sounds like weird.
The continent Vespucci.
Yeah, the continent. So starting with that, this is the part of the context. See, so we get the name in our country, our continent, the name America for the men, Americo, and also the idea from the people who came from another continent was so different than ideas and necessities, connection, communication with the people who lives in this another continent. This continent was in parts, see, a group of people who lives in the north and the south and the islands. So in the north, the name of the part of the continent we call all the continent Mama Turtle, the Turtle Island. Yeah, and the name in the north is Anahuac. Anahuac for the Spanish people is Anahuac, for our people is Anahuac. And also in the south is Abiyala. See? So later, the people for make the mapping and put the names, yeah, but it's to understand. If the first people, the conquistadores, don't put these names, for sure until today, maybe the people from Europe, they still don't understand what they found. So they need to put the names, like surveyors, put points of reference, points. This is how then call the countries like Peru or Venezuela or El Salvador, Mexico, and also this country then called America, but it's not America, it's United States. See? And now you hear all over the news like talking about America. This is part of the problems of the understandings. Yeah. So in the part of the islands, the name was Semanahuac. Semanahuac is still until today calling the people, but again, with the introduction of another language, then called Sarawak. See, because then it's so hard to pronounce for the people, especially the Spanish people. They don't have the chords, see, to explain like a Semanawak. See, it's hard. Then says Sarawak. See, cutting. So the place in the north, Anahuac, have the line, the borderline. See, we have borders. From this borderline to the south is now is Tinguantinsuyu. For sure, again, it's a problem to explain. So to traduce or interpret or used to repeat, see, this place to says the line between Tinguantinsuyu and Anahuac, then called Sarawak, and called Anahuac, and this is the country. Mm-hmm. The country is between Costa Rica and another Honduras. Maybe you know that country. Yeah. And so this is only to put in context what we talking about and about the elders, how the elders, the indigenous people, is so much respect for the elders, for as a men's and women's. Okay, keep going.
Mm-hmm. And respect for the women and men.
Yeah, respect for the women and men. Yeah, children.
Yeah, I think I mentioned what I wanted to say, that the elders, as a wisdom keepers, they're not only carrying the main concepts of the indigenous culture, like tradition and ceremonies, but also it's through the stories and through counseling, they are giving even the younger generations the concept about the life philosophy. And I think that this life philosophy is very applicable to modern times, and we can get a lot of teachings from that and apply it to modern teachings about ways of life, like where you have like valuable lessons on ethics or morality or sustainability or resilience or spirituality and things like that, and as well like interconnectedness of everything, because I think that the aspect of how indigenous people originally like felt very responsible for each other, so it was not and their culture is not like self-centered. It was always we are, like if as we talked before, one person is sick, it means we are all sick. If we have to survive, we all have to survive. Like it was always about that the individual human or a person in a tribe is just a one element, but also very important and unique element for the total survival and thriving and growth and expansion of the community and culture, right? So I think that this we always have to remember, the collective responsibility for everything. And I think that the same is being taught by elders always to the young children, and this is how also elders are being respected, because they're never excluded from the society. Like, you know, in modern Western cultures, it's so easy for the families to disintegrate and lose the contact with each other, and grandparents are living somewhere else, and the younger generations really never get the full benefit from their experiences and their wisdom. In indigenous tradition, like elders are the center because of their experience and because of their wisdom, and the knowledge that they're carrying. So I think that the first aspect we wanted to talk was about maybe nature, right?
Yeah. And I want to go back to the part of the context. It's about the place, you know, the borderline between the north and south. And then we call Ninkanka. Ninkanka is line, see? And Anahuac, see? So together you says Ninkanka, Anahuac. This is the borderline with the north and the south. This is the translation. But the Spanish people can't pronounce, and then says Nicaragua. Okay? Then make everything like Ninkanka Anahuac, where it says Nicaragua, because it's a chord, you know, the vocal chords. It's hard to use it, to pronounce. It's okay, we understand. But like Aga says about how important, you know, the importance between the community, between children's, both little girls and little boys, women's, young women and young boys, and also the elders, the group of elders, women's, elders, men's. So how we interact and help each other. This is the idea, to help, not to take advantage. See, so is helping what them needs. You know, this is the philosophy. So the little children learn to help the older people, the mothers and fathers, and the group of people helping the elders. So the elders already give part of their lives to be more comfortable. See? Now, even in my experiences, when I go to make ceremonies, I run it like a chicken with no head, back and forth, hoping somebody want to help me, and everyone just sitting and crossing the legs and crossing the hands and look at me just passing by. Don't.
Sometimes
carrying the stones.
Yeah, and carry the stones and put the wood and myself, you know, in our tradition is when you go to talk with somebody straight to your eye and says, I need your help, you know, this is like a big offense. See, when I do that to one person, because it's so much meaning about, like, when I ask you to help, it's like you are the more lazy person on the planet. You are the more retarded person. See, this is why.
Give you orders.
Yeah, because it's like I give you orders. This is why I never do it, because I have to be respectful. But but I can see in the eyes, like direct in the eye, see, and look at me, see. But I don't say anything in the person. Just I say, "Hi, Oso." Yeah, yeah. So because we're losing these protocols about when you have to help, when you have to do something, yeah, and don't expecting like somebody with something like, I don't know what is the name, to pushing you and says move your part, and do it. See, no, it's so much respect. But you have to put yourself and calm. Says, can I do it? This is the reason, because you can do graciously, and bring tobacco to the elder, see, and get tobacco and offer and says, can I do something? Then the elder make the ceremony and receive the tobacco and says, okay, you can now, we doing this and explain to you what we doing, all the protocols, see? Don't expecting, oh, okay, yes, I know.
I think that this also is connected with with the natural ways of life. So when we say natural world or natural living, we don't only refer to being connected with nature, but kind of really more being open in a natural, authentic way, in the sense of perception, almost like communicating and noticing the needs of others through observation and empathy, or I don't know, emotional sense, or I don't know, vibration, telepathy, like animals do, right? Like in a natural harmony in nature. That's why when you are pushing someone to do the things, it's like unnatural. It's like treating somebody like a slave, like you would, the same like for disrespect of animals, right? Like how they're keeping animals in those huge hangars and mistreating them. So it's the same concept. You don't do that. Like when indigenous people need to eat meat, they would make a ceremony. They would ask the animal nation to offer, and they understand, they hear the prayer, they understand, they connect on a certain vibration, and they offer themselves, and then there is a gratitude, and there is energy exchange, and there is prayer. So it's different. It's not like I'm catching all the animals and keeping them slaves in one building. So I think that because it's so important to have this interconnected idea of everything, right? Like we're all related, like not only the plants, the animals, like humans as well, right? This is the natural way of life. So this is what elders are always emphasizing, because it requires kindness, respect, and instead of having this like dominant, arrogant, ignorant attitude of putting myself on top of everything, we encourage people to like own graciously their stewardship, which means you take care for things and people with love. You take care for your house, you take care for your garden, you take care for the forest and the plants. You have this consciousness that is making you aware and conscious about like how not to harm, but rather even help, right? So even indigenous people clean the forest, meaning like they going to the forest and trim the bushes and trees so they can grow better. Like when they cut the tree, they transplanted a smaller tree in the place of bigger tree. Like they would put seeds, like if they take berries, later they bring the seeds of the berries back. So like to create this harmonious and balanced stewardship. So it's not like you are, how you call it, like how is the person who is
Wachichu.
how is yeah, don't be this like empty vessel that is only like sucking everything inside with no end and never give anything back, right?
Like you see everything is yours.
Yeah.
Everything you see around is yours.
And you just take everything with no limit, right? So I think
being
this
active in participation.
yeah, and I think that this idea of like being a ruler or maybe like owner creates in people's heads the idea of entitlement and seeing themselves like everything belongs to me, it's my right, like I do whatever, I take whatever I want this, I kill this people, I kill the animals, like with no remorse and with no way of thinking. So it's a difference between being like terrorizing a person who wants to keep everything under their control versus like a loving, caring steward of something, right? Okay. And
I'm sorry, but they are you behind the camera, you right there. Since we make the first topic, the first video, this is a number 9. See, thank you so much, every one of you, to support us to get the number 9, especially to my Chahoya, who is very, very put a lot of attention and do it a lot of hard work. Sometimes she is still very late working to make all these the videos happen. We get, thank you so much, we get the number 9, but this have a meaning and a history, because we doing this because we starting working to make the community. And if you hear we talking about you have to put attention, you have to be respectful, you have to be like that, see, it's because we try to make the community. In the community, I don't want it to, when you get to be part of the community, tell you again and put the disc and again, and you have to do it, you have to follow, you have, no. Yeah, and you already, I know you listen to me because you behind the camera. Can't see you, but I feel the spirit right there, see exactly there, see? So when you get to the place where we build the community, you already know at least, the basic parts about respect, about tolerance, about love, about dreams, about remember the past, where was our ancestors, where we come from, our roots, yeah, and also the like and the future, where we going, see. So we have to be aware of that. Respect to the children, respect to the women, respect to another people. Another people could be, I don't know, different ways and different shapes. See, sometimes the people you look for you are clowns, like funny, but no, they have something to do. Yeah, it's respect. I hope.
So I think that the next thing that we wanted to talk about, and you started already a little bit, but you drifted away, about the collective responsibility, right? So the elders are always emphasizing also, on one hand, like making community like self-sufficient, sustainable, resilient, strong, so they can have this feeling of inner strength for survival, but not only physical survival, like only have food and shelter, but like as a spiritual community to be strong inside, psychologically, mentally, emotionally. So the elders always teach about we are not the only ones here. Like, you always have to think that your ancestors were before here, and this is what you have. But you have to think about the next generations that are coming in the future. You have to think about your family, about your friends, about the people in the community. And this collective responsibility is very important. It's not only about you. It's like the whole world is not rotating around just like one person. This is unnatural way of thinking. This is synthetic. This is like artificially educated way of thinking. Like you are the center of everything. Like you are a part of everything. So this responsibility for the environment, right, for the community, for future generations, and like planning, like that's why elders are so important, because they already lived, and they carry the knowledge, so they can prepare the younger generations and make this like projection. So they would be the strategic parts in creating the plan, right? Like how we're moving forward into the future. So when we lose our elders and we lose this intergenerational connection, we also lose our path or our part of our destiny, and we are lost, we're confused, right? Like where we belong, what is the idea, and that's why the third point that we wanted to talk about, the community focus, is so important for the indigenous people, and how the elders, maybe you can say, how the elders teach about the
our communities always was interweaved. So the people have abilities different than another people far away. See, some people decide to go and build something out of clay. Some another people working with the wood. Some another people working fishing. Another trapping. Another making something like this, protections. All the people know what is good for them. See, so the children, the kids growing up following the concepts and the experiences of the elders. So, but we interact also between the another different communities. So who take the decisions to take the decision to how interact with another communities is the elders, and the elders is who keep the community growing, rolling, or they take the decisions. Yeah, I think I want to tell you to talk about the storytellers. Is how the people get into this way of life. This is a way of life. See, the storytelling. I know. We talking the last session about crow. How the crow is the most one of the crow's sacred birds. It's black, I think. In some areas even they have different colors, but in our area is black. The black crow. So the crow was we call cacalot, meaning the face is dry face, black with have a dry face. Cacalot is the name. So the cacalot one day flying and found big chunk of cheese. Yeah, and he grabbed the cheese and flew away and perched in one of the tallest trees right there. And the crow don't move because he was afraid of him, to lose the cheese he holding in his mouth. So, by the way, and Coyote came down to the road walking, and he saw the crow right there. And the coyote already saw the crow have something in the mouth, something in the beak, yeah, and says, "Oh my God, crow! I never saw such a beautiful thing. You are so beautiful. I never know how beautiful you are. Look at your feathers, shiny feathers, black shiny feathers. Look at your face like a morning, early in the morning. So beautiful. Crow, I never have idea you are so beautiful. And also, somebody told me you singing so beautiful, Crow. Sing a song for me. Come on." And the crow with the big piece of cheese in the mouth, starting or thinking about, because he's so smart. Look at the coyote. Maybe you want something from me. No. And by the coyote says, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. Such a beautiful wings. Open your wings." And the crow start getting his ego, and open the wings.
And
says,
demonstrate.
"Ah!" And the coyote even fall to the floor like a bah. "Oh my gosh, what's so much for me? It's so shocked. Oh my gosh, I can't breathe. So beautiful. Oh, so beautiful. Crow, sing me a song. Sing me a song." And the crow already with the wings, open wings, it says, "Wah!" and lose the cheese. And the coyote just don't grab the cheese, even don't touch the floor, and go away. And the crow says, "Come on, now I want to sing for you." And the coyote, no, eating the cheese. So the how you call this
The moral of the story?
moral about never believe nobody to tell you are you so smart, are so beautiful, because then want to take you piece of cheese you found in the life. When somebody coming close to you, you have to check if you still have your belongings, your husband still there, yeah, your children, because for sure.
All your apples in the basket.
And all your apples in the basket, your eggs in the basket, because somebody approaching you is because they wanted something from you. This is the moral of the crow. Yeah, I promise.
I think that also like what elders are putting so much attention into, and I mean indigenous people, right, to oral tradition and how the storytelling is on many levels like such an important part of the community. And because also the elders by telling the stories, they also demonstrate different different ideas to the younger generation, because like every elder would tell the same story in a different way, because it is encouraged to be yourself. It is encouraged to be your authentic self. Know your value, know who you are. So like you don't listen to some coyote that's telling you things that you maybe would like to hear about yourself but are not true. When you really know who you are, your own truth about yourself, really nobody can manipulate you, because you know your center, you know your value. So nobody will come and approach you to take advantage of you, right? And in the same way, like every elder is telling the story in a different way. So it's encouraging the younger children, be yourself, tell the story in your own way, with your own personality, with your own character. The same like create your own medicine songs, right? Sing your own medicine song in your own way. Like don't copy others, so you don't lose yourself, right?
The grandpa found you copying exactly, all the notes and and grandpa says, "Come on, what happened with you? You started singing like an old woman. Come on, put your voice." So he come back to Waka Tonka Tonka Shela Kila Maya Yelo He Hey, oh, sounds much better. Sounds much better. Yeah, and you copy exactly the words. Grandpa also come and says, "What you doing? But you repeat exactly that."
How
But I
beautiful.
know
Encouraging.
you don't can. You always says thank you, and now you talking very clear. One can talk. What happened with your tongue? Always you say thank. So singing like you sing. Come on, I want to hear that.
Think like you talk, right?
Yeah, that like you talk. Because so many people put so much effort used to copy exactly and also the words exactly. We say that sometimes we says a words like a pilamachucheo because we don't understand what the people says, and the grandpa says say it like that. Pilamachucheo, yeah. Yeah. Why? Because you don't know the secret on the mouth of the secret when it was the beginning. In the beginning, yeah, the people receive the words to talk between each other for the spirits. So was you are connected with the spirit world. So the spirit says you have to sing in that way and say these words. See? No, are you not like a machine to repeat everything like a
Zero one zero one.
in the time with everything was a machine. Chung, 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 and everything have to be perfect equal.
This time.
We are not like that. We are no machines. We are not like that. We are humans with the body changing, with all in harmony, like the water to get inside the vessel and get and fill the vessel because have different shape. See? So you are you little skinny is because is the vessel, is your shape, and you are a little chubby is your vessel, is your shape. So every humans are in the same pattern. So everyone feel different container. See, feel different container. Okay. By the way, I want to ask all of you. You like this part, this segment about the history from the elders? Like the last time I said a story, and now I say the story about the crowd. I write around what is the story you want to listen for the next, and I want to see if I get the story to tell you what you. It's so many. It's so
Wow,
many.
that's really a
It's so
wonderful
many.
idea.
I got one really, really. I love it. The key to travels to the moon, and then later when he get in the moon, he says, "Oh, this moon is so small. I want to go to different planet." And so he went to Saturn, and he was so happy because have a rings. See, and later there he says, "Oh, I like it, but I want to go to." He saw the North Pole star, and he says, "I want to go to the North Pole star." See, and the spirits put everything and travel in milliseconds, and he was in the North Pole star. See, so I tell you the end. If I still alive in this world, what is the next? See, because he discovered
Next
at
question.
the North Pole star,
He
he
discovered
discovered
something.
something.
Wow.
Yeah. So I tell you later.
Okay, so we keep this
But
one for later.
but but you want to hear the story about the native one of the stories of Native Americans and
The subject.
the subject, and I tell you.
That's a really great idea, Wewe.
So it also was mentioning like how the grandpas always encourage your own unique expression. Like you have to make your own brand. Like you can keep like you speaking the same language in your tribe, doing the same ceremonies and following the same protocols, and yes, singing the same songs, but make it your own. Make it your own expression, like unique, authentic for yourself, your own brand. And this can be only done when we are really truly connected to ourselves. That's why the elders send kids to the vision quest. That's why the elders tell kids to do fasting, to be clean, don't drink, don't smoke, don't do drugs. So like your vessel and your mind, your body are the antenna for the signal of your spirit. So like you are aligned with your own destiny, with who you are, why are you here, where you belong. And this spiritual connection to self and to the source is also a very important element of Native American tradition that elders always understand and teach, right?
Yeah.
So that's why the elders are the guides in, as I said, like maybe mentors, maybe mediators, sometimes like spiritual leaders or guides for the ceremonies, because they are the ones that know how everything is running, but always teaching children through showing them, right, how to respect, how to participate, how to contribute, and how to maintain this spiritual connection, how to be clean. So it's not only preaching, like I'm preaching only for you, but I do differently. Like the laws and the principles only apply to you, but not to me. Like I can do something else. So like the elders really live what they teach, right? And even maybe sometimes even the children would approach the grandpa and ask, "Grandpa, why are you doing this or that way? Or why you didn't answer to this man? Or like this man did something to you, why you didn't react in that or that way?" Right? And then the grandpa has to give the teaching, because really the main idea again is collective responsibility. So what we do to other person, we really do to ourselves. Like with the if you are not clean and clear and you don't have this idea of being in service for the collective, like you just disconnect yourself and selfishly, like, you know, serving only your own, like, whatever benefit, right? That's why the healing practices are so important, and cleansing. So like always, like when we lose our path or our focus, you know, we always can rehabilitate and go back to the path. So together we can grow better and expand.
Yeah, by the way, the number 9 for us and our account, the sacred account, the number 9 is very important. So it's like we get today, we have to celebrate, I don't know what is the candles, celebrate the number 9 the connection with all of you, because we finish this bracket, this of connection. We starting the next with the number 1. See, again. So hoping you send to us the how you say the to what we want to us to talk about, to something, because we start the new season. The new season. Then
we had originally 10 subjects to talk about.
So we have one more.
One more?
Yes.
Okay. Go, Pilar. So we get to the next the next and what how to be the topic?
Yes, the next one will be about the economic sovereignty of tribal communities.
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! This is challenging. Yeah, and hoping the United Nations and all the countries watch the video, because we have to give the solution to manage the euros and dollars and yuans and make something and solutions about the world. You know, no taxes, no how the people living in harmony before. See? And living in this in the community. Yeah, it's already almost we get 1 hour. It's incredible, right? I really enjoyed to be together with you.
I didn't see today like any questions popping out, so I think that nobody has any questions. But if you, because we have to wrap up today, and if you if you want to ask some questions, ask underneath the video, and so we can include the answers, or send your questions in the email to arrows.tribe@gmail.com, and we can all have access to that, and we can, yeah.
And thank you. I want to send blessings and also connection to Avialaya, the people in the south. I want to send info, to all the Anahuaca people, also to the Semanawak, and also all the people in America, all the north, south, and also European, and also Asia, and also Africa.
The whole planet.
All planet, all the people there. So I think someday we have to understand we are brothers and sisters. We came from the same source, and we get ending and the same destiny. We have the same destiny. Doesn't matter what is your color. If you are pink or violet or white or black, we belong to the same path, the same journey. Aho.
Speaking about social equality, right?
Yeah.
We're all the same. We're all earthlings of Mother Earth. Okay, so thank you so much. Thank you so much, Jessie, for helping us again and supporting us. And
yes, of course, Aga. It's always a pleasure to learn from what you have to share. And also, indeed, we have planned 10 sessions. But after that, I believe that we will also have some sessions to explain a bit about the events and the gatherings that we are planning for this summer. There will be something very interesting about the birth of the medicine drum. Also about the TEOTLAK, the vision quest. That is something that Oso and Aga speak very often as part of the foundation of all these different topics to build a community. Also, we will have something regarding ancestral ways and wisdom keepers. So
about the calendars.
Yes, exactly. So there is a lot going on, and we will be sharing a bit more about this as well.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Jessie. We're going deeper and deeper and deeper. Okay. So if you lose some of these chapters, it's online. Just go and check and find it, and you can see how to catch up.
Catch up and make your notes.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you, Jessie, again.
Catch up.
Thank you very much.
It was a pleasure to be with you here again.
Thank you.
And have this conversation. Thank you.
Thank you.
Take care.
Juanita, chale cham. Aho.
Aho.
Aho.